Hey guys, it's time to talk about the Moon Knight Season 1 finale. Yes, I did say Season 1 because Marvel confirmed earlier this week that there will be a Season 2 of Moon Knight, and that has me over the moon. No pun intended. I'm so thrilled. I've loved this series, as you guys have known if you follow along, but wow, what a finale. Talk about Marvel sticking the landing. Listen, move over Loki. I'm so sorry, but you have been replaced by Moon Knight as my favorite Marvel show. Now, don't get me wrong. Loki, WandaVision, and Moon Knight are like neck and neck for the top three, but they were all incredible. All brought something to the table. However, I'm a big fan of horror and psychological thrillers. And that's why Moon Knight has to take the cake. So let's talk about this finale now. Fair warning, there will be spoilers. So if you have not yet watched this episode, please don't let me ruin it for you. Come back after you've seen it and let's talk. Get loud in the comments. Let's discuss this finale because like I said, Marvel freaking stuck the landing. This is the best finale yet, and don't miss that end credit scene. All right, let's talk about Moon Knight Season 1 finale. Hey, Tessa from MamasGeeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. Okay, so the last episode ended off quite heartbreaking. I know I am not the only one who sobbed as we saw Steven turn to sand and get stuck. It was heartbreaking, you guys. It was absolutely heartbreaking, but it didn't take long for Steven to jump back in the action in episode 6, of course, thank goodness. I love that we got Oscar Isaac as Mark standing in the field of reeds, you know, talking to Towerette, and she's like, this is the peace and quiet you've always wanted. Just enjoy it. Oh, Steven can't come. He's stuck in the sands. The Druid's got him. Don't even worry about him. Just enjoy this. And he's immediately like, no, I that's not okay. I get to enjoy eternal peace, and he's stuck out there. That's not cool with me, you know? He's been with me for a very long time since I was a child, which we learned in the previous episode. And I love how he went to him and they had that sweet moment. Yes, I cried. Surprise. When they were talking to each other in their hands. Well, they weren't talking to each other. He was talking to Steven, talking at Steven, I should say, about, you know, you never left me. I'm not going to leave you. You were the only superpower I needed. You were my only real superpower. Oh my gosh, that's what got me. And I'm trying not to tear up now. I'm trying not to tear up. I can't do it. I cried too much this morning already. And then of course we see Towerette come. Well, I should say we see Mark turn to sand too. And it's so sad. They get this little thing. Their hands are like this, and they both start to melt away, and the door opens. And as Towerette comes for them, she's like, Osiris, you big softy. I thought that was super cute. So obviously Osiris was like, oh, look at them. They got, okay, we'll let them go back. Now they hinted that this was going to happen in the previous episode. They go back to the body. However, the problem with that body is it still has a bullet in it. So, you know, that's not going to help. They need Khonshu. Well, Towerette had already said she would try to get to Layla and help. She does get to Layla. She talks to Layla through dead bodies, which, can we talk about how badass Layla is in this episode? Oh my freaking God. Right from the beginning, she's like, oh, Mark, I'm so sad. Let me take this scarab, and like, I'm going to go after these turds. Like, I'm going to follow Harrow, and I'm going to go after him and his people. And then Harrow's people just start, you know, killing all these people at once, judging their scales, which was crazy. But Towerette talking to her through dead bodies, very much that Marvel humor, which I do love that it's weaved in and out through this very horror, very psychological thriller type show. You know, Towerette's like, listen, like, you can be my avatar. Mark says so many great things about you. I'm obsessed with Towerette. I love her. I thought that was a lot of fun. And of course, later Layla refuses, but later she does allow that to happen, and she becomes the Scarlet Scarab, which is so freaking cool looking, by the way. Her blade wings, she's got these like sword things with her blades, and fun fact, there is a Scarlet Scarab in Marvel Comics. Not Layla, totally someone else. Does use a little artifact to become Scarlet Scarab, but totally different. However, Marvel has confirmed that Layla's superhero name is Scarlet Scarab. If you want to learn more about her, you can head to MamasGeeky.com. I have an article up, but back to this episode. So Layla's awesome. She's badass all throughout. I love seeing her join with Mark / Steven / Moon Knight / Mr. Knight to take on Harrow. But we are not there yet. But that was one of my favorite parts. I seriously, absolutely love Amit and Khonshu going toe-to-toe several times in this episode. Like, it first happens at the Chamber of the Gods. Of course, Layla breaks in there, kind of following in Harrow, finds Khonshu's statue, whatever it's called, Abba, they called it an Abba something. And she breaks it. Khonshu comes out. Obviously, this helps that Mark and Steven are now back. Khonshu comes, saves them, pushes the bullets out. We get a really, really super cool slow motion kind of reveal of the suit again, kind of like we got in the previous episode when we first saw him become Moon Knight. That was really freaking cool. But then we get some pretty amazing fights. Like, the last episode, I absolutely loved it story-wise. I think it was perfect. It's the stuff we needed. It's what we needed to propel the story forward. It's what we needed for background of these characters. But we didn't get a lot of action. So this episode makes up for it. This is also the shortest episode, by the way, of the entire season. But we get some amazing fights. We've got Amit and Khonshu, like I said, in the Chamber of the Gods. But then we've also got Amit and Khonshu out in the Cairo, right? And they're massive. Like, it's like Godzilla. It's crazy, the two of them. It's like kaijus fighting. It's amazing and so freaking cool. The visuals, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine what their budget was because the visuals are amazing. Okay, I know I keep saying amazing, but they are. And then we get the big fight. Harrow, who is now Amit's avatar, surprise, surprise, which we do find out his scales aren't balanced because of what he's going to do in the future, which I found very interesting. I did not see that coming. And so we get the fight between, of course, Layla and Moon Knight, Mr. Knight, Stephen Mark, whatever you want to call him, versus Harrow, which is some really great stuff because it's street level, which I do love a good street level fight, which this series has several of. So I thought that was amazing, and it was a lot of fun to just watch and then to see Layla's actual powers. Like, she literally stops a car and, like, then rips the door off. Like, she's crazy powerful, obviously, with this being Towerette's avatar, which hopefully we get more of in the future. My real only issue with this episode is that, you know, they go, oh, we know what to do. Let's take Harrow back to the Chamber of the Gods, because the other avatar was all like, hey, we can bind Amit to a human, and then, like, she can't really do anything. So they go back and they decide to bind Harrow, Amit into Harrow. They do that. Khonshu wants Mark to murder Harrow, to kill Harrow, and Mark kind of all of a sudden has a consciousess, is like, no, you do it yourself. I'm done. Release us, because that's what Khonshu promised he would do, which, again, Marvel humor, like Steven negotiating with Khonshu earlier in the episode was one of my favorite parts. But I love that he kind of just all of a sudden is like, no, I'm not going to do what you want to do. The one thing is, I felt like we didn't get a lot of or like a closure, I guess, for Layla. Like, they didn't say goodbye. It was kind of weird. You know, all of a sudden he's back home. Well, he's not back home. He's in the asylum again, and then he's home. Which I thought was an interesting twist. Like, he ends up back in the asylum, and he's talking here, and he's just like, yeah, I don't believe you. Like, there's blood on the things on the floor as Harrow walks. But I skipped over this on purpose, guys, because I want to talk about it for a hot second. Can we talk about Jake Lockley? Because there's that moment when they're fighting, and they're in big trouble. And by they, I mean Mark / Steven / Moon Knight / Mr. Knight, right? They are getting absolutely destroyed by Harrow. And then all of a sudden, we get that flashes, just like we got back in the first episode when Steven didn't know what was going on. And everyone is down. And Layla's even like, yo, what happened? And he's like, oh, I blacked out. Was that you? No. Was that you? No. We all know this is Jake. Now, they've been hinting at this throughout the season. This is another persona, an even more, just, I guess, moralless, is that the right way to put it? Character version persona of Mark. And clearly that's what happened, but then we don't get confirmation, and they just kind of gloss over it, and you're like, oh my gosh, when are we going to get confirmation? Well, guys, you know when we get confirmation is during the end credit scene. So we see that Harrow is now in an asylum, okay? And one of the best parts of this is that someone comes in and gets him, and I knew right away it was going to be Oscar Isaac. I was like, it's going to be Oscar Isaac. There's something going on here. And says, we'll take him, takes him out, puts him in this limo. Inside the limo is Khonshu, and he's all like, oh, Khonshu, you can't do anything to me. Ha ha ha, you have no avatar, blah, 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 you can't hurt me. And that's exactly what Harrow sounded like, by the way. It's not what he sounded like, but that was my impression. So then, you guys, it's so good. Khonshu's all like, oh, Mark thought thought I wanted his wife next for an avatar. I don't need him. Meet my friend, Jake Lockley. And the thing goes out and Jake's all like, hey. Pew, 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 pew. I don't think it was that many shoots, but it was a few. And clearly just shoots Harrow, kills him. Possibly kills him. We don't see him die. Is it like tranquilizers? Probably not. The dude can't even walk. It feels like it was a gun and he killed him. But it's crazy, you guys. That was insane. So we officially got Jake Lockley. He's amazing. He looks so crazy. Looks so awesome. He's just like he's so badass. Like he does not give a crap at all. He speaks Spanish. He's all like, pew, 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 pew. I thought he was incredible. Again, this is Oscar Isaac now having 3 characters, technically 5 if you want to count Moon Knight and Mr. Knight in this show. He's incredible. Oscar Isaac deserves all the awards. But as a matter of fact, like May, who plays Layla, is also incredible. Of course, Ethan Hawke, who plays Harrow, is phenomenal. And we know we're getting another season. So where's it going to go from here? Khonshu and Jake Lockley. It seems like, yeah, Khonshu let Mark and Steven go. But guess what? He's still in control and still working with Jake. So Mark and Steven probably don't even know this. I don't know. This entire season as a whole was fantastic for me. I really, really enjoyed the season, but I loved the horror elements, especially like in episode, I think it was 3. Yeah, 3. And the psychological thriller stuff. I'm obsessed with Towerette. I think she's so adorable. And Oscar Isaac is just absolutely amazing. His chemistry with himself here is just so good. You guys let me know what you thought about Moon Knight Season 1 and especially the finale. Did it stick the landing for you? Let me know down below in the comments. I think this was a perfect way to wrap up the season and set up for more. Can't wait to see where this goes. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. You guys can also check me out at MamasGeeky.com. Like I said, I have an article up all about Layla's powers and the Scarlet Scarab in Marvel Comics as well. So be sure to check that out if you want to know more. Also have all my favorite Moon Knight quotes, and there's some really good ones on my site as well. You can follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at MamasGeeky over there, MamasGeeky. Sorry for rambling. I just loved this episode, and I thought it really, truly stuck the landing, and I'm so excited for more. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much to all of my monetary supporters, my members here on YouTube, as well as my patrons. If you haven't joined yet, please consider doing so. We have some really awesome perks, including a monthly Zoom meeting where we get to talk face to face. Thank you again to everyone who supports me.